Hey guys, I am back. I don't even know what to tell you. I think I've done it twice where I say, hey, I'm gonna get more consistent with these vlogs, and so on, and life happens, right? So anyways, I'm gonna record this. It's not perfect setup. I'm using the front camera on the iPhone, which is fine. It actually looks good. And I don't even have any audio. I'm actually on my way to a pre-production shoot. Well, a pre-production for a shoot. It's actually not even a pre-production. It's a part of the pre-production process, which is a location scout, right? So I'm going to scout the location, and then have sort of a mini pre-production meeting with the client to get a hold of the script and the plan for the shoot and all that kind of stuff. So today's Monday. I'm doing that shoot on Wednesday, and I'm just bringing you along. I have been capturing vlog, like behind the scenes content, and just I think what has been maybe the issue with this is that I am overcomplicating the process. I'm trying to shoot, and then if it's hard for me to edit, if it's complicated, I just don't get around to it because I have other projects that I'm working on, especially when things get busy. So I am just going to shoot this on my phone, edit it on my phone. It's going to be raw. It's not going to be super cinematic or anything. And hopefully you guys appreciate that content. I love behind the scenes content, so I like watching them, so I do want to contribute, right? So anyways, this is one of my repeat clients. I've done quite a bit of jobs for them right now at this point, and they always love the content. They always love the quality, so they keep calling me back to do their video content and photography content, and so this one is sort of a promotional, informational type shoot. They have some semblance of a script, and they want to shoot it outdoors on their compound. So I'm going there to find what's the best spot on their compound to shoot, and if I will need to bring in lights, if I can get power to that spot, because obviously, yeah, we can shoot things outdoors. Outdoors mean you have all the light in the world, but we want to make sure we have control over that light. So that's the idea of the location scout. Is two key things is three key things is finding a location that's suitable, that we have power close enough. I have a generator. I just don't want to lug a generator around if I don't have to, and if I have to lug a generator around, I probably won't use any lights, because it's not that necessary. It's kind of overkill. So yeah, when I get there, I'll show you what I'm thinking and the thought processes. I like to take pictures when I'm doing location scout, kind of take pictures of different frames, different angles that I like. I do remember being there before, and they had a fairly shaded area, but obviously if you're shooting in the shade, you have to be very intentional with lighting, because you don't want the person to be well exposed and the background to be blown out. So you either have to, in my mind, the way I've typically done it is bring the exposure down in the background to kind of be decent levels, and then bring some lights in on the person, or bounce light on the person to get decent levels. We could also put them in the sun or in the well lit portion of the area, and then drop a diffusion on them, a diffusion panel, diffuser light, the overhead light, and then that will kind of level out the exposures a little bit. So I'm kind of scouting to see which one of those areas, and then we're shooting outdoors, so we have to bear in mind wind and diffusion panels and wind noise and so on. And I'm checking to see if it's feasible to use a shotgun mic, or should I do laps, or both? I'm leaning towards doing both and seeing where seeing where they go with it. I'm a little bit vague on the details of the shoot, and so I want to make sure I have as much information as possible. This will include, where the video is going, will it be using it, where will it be using it, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's it for now. I guess maybe I can give you some updates on what's been going on. If you guys don't know, my media production company does a little bit more than just video production. We also do live streaming and also audio visual production, so that includes PA speakers, microphones, projector screens, and so on. And so I've been getting quite a bit of requests for live streaming and audio visuals. So I don't think I've actually shot a video production, well, I've been doing video, but it's like light event coverage. I haven't done a full-on production in probably 2 weeks. I've still been busy with audio visuals and live streaming. So this coming week is the first video, and it's interesting because they kind of come in waves for me. So I'll have like a wave of just video production shoots, and then I'll have just a wave of audiovisual production shoots, or projects, and it's kind of just, they just keep coming in like groups, and it's different clients. So I do like that I have the versatility or the diversity in those skill sets, so that I can, when things slower with video production, sometimes the audiovisual production kicks up, and so that kind of levels out the income. And then when things, vice versa, when audiovisual production slow down, then the video productions tend to kick up. I actually have 2 more video related projects in the next week, so, and I think actually 3, and then a 4th one pending. And so yeah, and then I still have the live stream stuff coming in. So anyways, that's sort of it in terms of update, in terms of jobs. I have been kind of investing a little more heavily on my audio, the audio side of the audio visual productions. So that's a live event audio, which means mixers and speakers and microphones. I've been investing a lot more heavily on those side of the equipment and skill set. So I've been watching more tutorials. I've actually bought a course on audiovisual or audio production, live event audio production. So I'm learning the more advanced stuff like subwoofer placement, how you do best ways to place subwoofers and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys are interested in that kind of nerd stuff, but anyways, I'm just kind of letting you know that I am almost always investing in my craft, not just buying gear, but that has its place, but I'm always investing in my craft, learning, so watching tutorials or courses, practicing, testing out different techniques, and I think that's the game. You have to be continually growing, and if you're not growing, you're dying, and so the idea for me is what I look at, especially if I've done any kind of job and I'm like, I'm not impressed with that, I think I could have done better, then I'm going to figure out, all right, was it a skill set issue, was it a mindset issue, was it a gear deficiency, and so because I've gone through the gas phase of my career. Gas is, for those of you who don't know, gas is gear acquisition syndrome, where you just want to buy the newest gear and have the latest piece of equipment. I've gone through that. I don't necessarily have that issue as much anymore. I still see the shiny stuff, and they're like, oh, that's cool. Like I just saw DJI drop that they have they kind of teased their upcoming new microphone system, which I think is a 4-set microphone. I don't know if it's a Mini 2 or DJI Mic 3, but anyways, they teased that, and I'm like, wow, this looks so cool. 4 microphones in one receiver and blah blah blah, and 32-bit float. That's based off of just the leak. And I'm like, honestly, like there's a very rare use case that I need for for transmitters. So it looks cool, and I'll watch the reviews when it come out, but I'm very likely not going to buy it because I don't need it. I'm so focused now on fine tuning the things that I actually do need to do the jobs that I actually do, not the theoretical jobs that might come in the future. Because sometimes you buy a piece of equipment. What if I get a job that I need a fog machine or a hazer? Let's say buy the hazer for this theoretical job that you've never gotten. And so yeah, anyways, that's just a little bit of rant on the gear acquisition syndrome that a lot of us go through. I'm now more focused on what pays me, right? Getting the gear that pays me, getting the gear that that reflect the kind of jobs that I want to do and that I do get, and making things more efficient for me. One of the things I invested in for the last few months were more wireless transmitters for video wireless transmitters. The average person can get away with one set or 2 set, and because I'm live streaming in precarious situations and different venues, and it's strange sometimes, or it's hard sometimes to run cables and run them safely, and then it takes a whole ton of gaff tape to tie down these cables. And so I had one video transmitter. I used that, and then if I'm using like a second or third camera, I'd have the furthest camera on the wireless transmitter and the nearest ones on the cabled, wired. And now I have 3 wireless transmitters. I got the second one, then I got a third one, and trust me, they are solid. I use the Axoon HE Cineview HE, something like that. Like I said, I started one. I've had that for probably a year. Second one for a few months. Now the third one, and I'm like, bro, these are solid. They hold up. They don't drop out. They don't distort or degrade the image for live streams in particular. And so yeah, I have a 4th one on the way now, because when I'm doing 4 camera streams, it's just great if they're all on the same system, no wires, at least no long wire runs. The wires are all on the table going into a switch up. And so yeah, that's my kind of vibe right now, is efficiency. And sorry, the phone's weird. I'm almost on the location, by the way, so I'll probably end this rant and I'll drop some B-roll in and voice over those. But you know, I'm gonna be doing more of these vlogs. I'm just not gonna overcomplicate it and make my job hard to edit and drop them. To be honest, I watch so many vlogs that are not polished. I like audio vlogs and DJ vlogs and video production related vlogs, and they're just shooting on their phone, and I'm overcomplicating thinking, because I've been planning to buy the Osmo Pocket 3 for the last few months, but they're just hard to come by, and the prices have skyrocketed. So I'm not necessarily looking to pull the trigger on that right now until those prices get a little more reasonable, or we get or if I can find a decent one on the used market, I'll do that. But anyways, yeah, I'm not going to overcomplicate. I'm just going to vlog on my phone. I'll obviously work on the audio, so I didn't walk with the wireless transmitter, wireless audio.
7 6 8 0
but I will do
9
that.
1
Sorry.
3